24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Cut. 180. I'm coming for you.
Now a first down throw. Gone. It's complete to Hopkins. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hold on. Check.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Seven yards there and a first down.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
Cut. 180.
On first down, it's Gurley. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll be taken down at the 26. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him. That full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball in the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. 120. Come on. Double time. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. Back. DC.
On first down, Sherman. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got you, son.
Now Goff. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here we go tonight. 180. 50, Mike, 50. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
On third down, they'll run it with Gurley. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A 36-yard attempt.
Zerline's kick is up and through. Now the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Check it back, check it back. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald with a sack. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. For Prescott. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own
Our first update now comes from Atlanta. An early lead in that game for the Falcons. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been in an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission, that's their challenge, and you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now, win the game.
Check.
From the 35 on second down, Goff. And that's complete to Cooks. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Like 20.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And shutting him off, now open field. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. 39 yards there, a big one.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Let's get off the field,
Out of the gun, Goff. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Los Angeles. It is the Rams in possession as they go to work on a first and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Todd Gurley with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. and he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 37-yard line.
There we go. 36. I want that. Then we're going to 53. Hey, kill. Gun. Kill. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. This is Coleman with a grab. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there. 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Not today, you are. Not today. Check. Kill. Check. Here we go. Going to 54. Going to 50. 26.
On 1st and 10, Prescott flush to his right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here we go. 480. Line 36. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. Here we go. 46. Go. Check 99. 26.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott and an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a 1st.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here we go. 480. Line 36. Pick me up. Here we go. Chance. Hey, kill. 26.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Completes it to Coleman. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Prescott from the gun. And that will be incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Marr able to put this one through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch the run, watch the run. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Hey, Shell.
Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
It's now 3rd and 13.
What? 180. Maverick. That's gonna be a long day. Hey, Mike, 20.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL.
Hey, Mike 20. Don't get nervous. That's it.
3rd and long. It's Goff. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. A shotgun snap for Goff. And that one's complete to Gurley. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Value three. Right there. 54, right there.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He's got daylight. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Go!
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Heavy on the edges. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. 2 for 1. 2 for 1.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. Shoves him aside. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Let's go.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Shell. Hey, wahoo!
On first down, gone. And a catch made by Hopkins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 47-yard line.
Goff now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Value three. Hey, echo. Hey, lift. Slam. We go, 76. Switch gears.
Goff now looks to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
A big loss on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. So we have come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. Calling a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Breida. And an alley to run. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play here for Dallas. Give him 58 yards on the ground. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tevin Coleman hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, baby. The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Goff. He gets it to Cooks. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I'm coming. Watch out. Hell, you won. Motion. Mike, ball. 56. Watch the back. Orange.
Goff now looking to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And now it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
76. 54's Mike. Check 12. 54.
Gone. And Woods has it complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Goff throwing again. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards, the final tally. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36.
Check 4.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Guys, game situation. Let's go. Check 50.
Another carry now for Gurley. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
My 20. 56. No chance. Watch twist.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Ric Flair.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Here's Gurley. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
We go, Todd. 180. 56. Oh, here we go. Oh, pick the edge. 17.
On first and goal, Gurley. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Zerline good with a PAT, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the third quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Los Angeles. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on first and 10. Prescott down. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So from Rams territory now, it's first and 10, right at the 40. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Check 43. Watch the safety creep.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
On first down, here's Breida. About 3 yards there to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Shift. 36. 36. We're going to 53. 48.
They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That one a first down pickup of 8.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
There you go. 48.
Check 48. Come on. Watch the run. Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's
26.
Rush in.
Here we go. Going to 54. Going to 54. 1 Here we go. Going to 54. 1
check
26.
Coleman. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
We're going to 53. Slide. No. You got it. We're going to 54. 1
You got that right there. He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
26.
Here's Breida. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play of this football game.
Mike 48. It's a party now.
Here we go. Kill.
Check. Big Ed.
Wait. Hey, 47.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
26.
He may try and run for this. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
At the 8-yard line.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now a give coming right is Breida. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Kill. Turn up. Kill.
They'll try to run with Breida. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on what could be a pivotal 3rd and goal now in a tie ball game. Prescott to throw this time. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. So a big one coming now for Brett Maher. This for the lead in the final stages. The kick by Maher is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Back to throw. His throw incomplete. Austin Hooper, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
I'm trying to collect. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. I got it. Smooth. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. DC. 54. Watch the slap.
He's back to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it, but they've got to continue to move quickly.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I got him. Hey, watch out. Check.
He'll look to throw. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Switch. I got you, boy.
They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Check. Watch 54. It's just me and you. Super 1. Mike 5-4. It's coming this way. 4 down. Here we go. Showing it. 5.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Right here. Motion.
11.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Mike 56, Mike 56. You don't want nothing, you don't want nothing.
Here we go on 4th. Gone. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear the Cowboys are going to win this football game. And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And now where will the side judge stop his clock? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Mike 7. Mike 20, Mike 20. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Chester. 20, Mike 20. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Gone. He's going to let it fly. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. A big play there for L.A. And even 60 yards.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. With 1 second to go, this to send us to overtime. And this one is right through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have